Well, I don't know what the hell just happened, so I'm gonna have to upload that and then upload this. So I didn't want to start over, you know? So, yeah. Definitely not much going on today. Kind of relaxing a bit. Having a little grub. That's good. I want to thank my new subscribers, old subscribers, anybody passing through. I was thinking, or back when I was younger, almost as times, I had a Jeep, a Cherokee. It was a 92. And I was given it when I was 16 by my parents. I was at private school. I couldn't learn as a kid. Severe learning disabilities. Took an IQ test when I was in first or second grade. Had these people in suits come take me out of my class. I had no idea what was going on. Asking me a series of questions. I'm spitting out answers just to get out of there. My anxiety was through the roof. Nobody had told me what was going on. Sat me down and explained it so I knew. So I scored so low that they wanted to put me in a retarded class. And in a mentally retarded type classroom. More so than special ed. And my father, the stepfather, he worked for the Department of Mental Retardation, so he knew I wasn't mentally retarded. But, I did have severe learning disabilities. Couldn't learn, couldn't read, couldn't comprehend, couldn't do math, couldn't do anything. So finally, in 8th grade, I went to a private school for 8th, 9th, and 10th. They kind of geared your program towards how you learn, and they give you a series of cognitive and other sorts of tests, and I did real well. Went back to the high school, excuse me, excelled, was able to achieve A's, and here we are today. Unfortunately, I never finished college, like I may have said before. So, needless to say, after high school, I tried college. I stopped. I ended up working, and I had a Jeep, and I was given that Jeep because I wanted to go to another private school for 11th and 12th. My parents couldn't afford to send me. I told them I wasn't going to ride the bus, so they said that I could use the car or the Jeep to go to school, and my dad ended up getting a used Jeep, since he couldn't afford. So we kind of bartered that way. So I just basically was given it, and I drove it all the way up until 2005, and in 2002 I put 415s in the back. I had 415s. They were Memphis in a box. I had a Crossfire 1000 DB going to the 15s. I had 4 Memphis 6x9s on the seat, stacked 2 and 2, and I kitty quartered them on each side. And I had a Crossfire, I think 325 watt or 370. I think it was 325. Going to those, I had a Clarion deck and decent gauge wire. I think I had a 1 gauge wire, not the 0. I put a better battery in it, and it hit pretty nice. It hit all right, and I just remember driving around. Back then, I would go by the food stores, or I would go by the like the stores that sold TVs, and if I drove by pumping it, their screens would flutter. It was the funniest. It was just wicked funny, and I remember those times. Especially back to the area where I'm at. Back is close to where I grew up. So I kind of, since I drive kind of a truck now, not really a truck, but semi-truck if you want to call it, just kind of get flashbacks, excuse me, of the bass, and I really like the bass, good combination. Rice Krispies and Captain Crunch. So that's kind of the way that goes. Just get some milk. Gonna be that good Fairlife. Yeah, it's a little warmer today. It's like 50 something degrees. It's been really cold. It sucks. All right. Damn shoelace keeps coming undone. Yeah, good times I used to have rolling around. Nobody ever liked it though. I'd roll around like plazas and people would kind of like flick me off and give me the bird, and I'd have all the windows down and I'd have it up loud, and if I went into a shitty, totally different response. They all digged it. Let me tell you. Well, yeah, that looks there. Kind of just rolls with the punches. I'm not a big cereal guy. Like I said before, that Captain Crunch though, kind of cool mixing too. So sometimes I eat so fast I end up scraping my gums, chew them up. I do want to honor Black History Month. I believe it's a very important month to give reverence to. And still remember Dr. King and his beautifulness in your thoughts during this month and always. Definitely a unfair situation of what the Africans, especially in Africa, go through, and African Americans went through and still go through today. Oh, they definitely deserve the Black History Month. I love the BET channel. Nothing wrong with that. A lot of people bitch about it. I think it's great. You know? But I don't want to get into a tangent on, my feelings of disgust on racism and bigotry. But I do want to give reverence to the month, and I hope everybody's doing the same. I want to give reverence to Dr. King. Beautiful man. Nothing but good and wholeness in his heart. And a coward assassinated him. Too bad. All the man wanted was equality, peace amongst color, black, white, and I'm sure it bridged over to everywhere else, to ethnicity, I'm saying. And they got rid of him. Why? Remember, America's supposedly the melting pot, right? I'm humbly disgusted by racism, and I definitely take reverence to the month that we're in, Black History Month. Now, definitely not in the mood for these chips anymore. These cookies. When are they good? So, February 25th, huh? Yo. I love food. I love junk. And that's my problem. But I'm also tiny. So, that's the other problem. Other than having some abdominal fat, because I eat, this type of junk, I mean, I'm skinny anyways, and I look like a twig, a stick, regardless. So it's hard to stay away from it, you know. It's not easy either way. And the other bigotry I hate is when you look at a person that's heavy or over body fat. I like to call it, instead of overweight, because they're just not overweight, they're over body fat. Yeah, they're overweight because they have too much body fat on their body. It's body fat. I mean, if they're overweight, excessive body fat, they just need to lose body fat. They don't necessarily need to lose weight, they need to lose body fat, which will contour their body. And as they work out with weights and doing cardio, they're going to build muscle, so they're going to actually maintain some weight or maybe gain a little while losing, in a sense, because they're going to be putting muscle on, but they're going to be losing fat, so they're going to be losing weight and leaning out, but yet the scale might be not going down as much because there's some muscle being built, which is causing body fat to be lost, which is contouring the body. And there's a lot of misunderstanding and a lot of bigotry on that too, where people stare and make comments and don't understand that a person that's overweight, to where you think they're eating a serving for five times a day, might only be eating not even one meal a day and some snacks, but because of their genetics and because their metabolism is so low, that they're going to put on so much weight eating just a little bit. They could have 1,000 calories a day and still be overweight, because the genetics, not eating enough, their metabolism being slow. And people don't understand this type of stuff. They think, oh, the person's overweight. Yeah, because we have all these shows where they show these gluttonous people just stuffing it, which I know that's a problem, and I'm glad that there's help out there for them. But there's also people out there too that don't eat like you think, that are, overweight. And it's not fair to them that they get judgment cast upon. I hate that. Like I hear all the time, oh, you're so skinny, oh, you're too skinny, all this, all that, all that, all this. Well, that makes a person feel good. Supposed to want to have the as a lonely man, that you're supposed to want to work out sometimes when you're depressed, and you think of that, and you think of no one looks at you anyways, this, that, and this, and it's like I just throw in the towel and I don't work out. Well, I'm trying to get over that. I'll share one more cookie, huh? One more for good luck. So I appreciate everybody watching today. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Hope everybody's staying warm. I know I'm a little cold. Not too bad. Thank you again, everybody, for listening and watching. I shall be in touch again. Thank you so much.